Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a truly mind-blowing magic trick? I mean, one where you are just convinced the magician has bent the laws of physics?
Oh, absolutely. The kind where you're not even trying to figure it out anymore. You're just accepting the miracle.
Exactly. And then, maybe later, you see a breakdown of how it was done. It's all clever angles, misdirection, and sophisticated, but ultimately mechanical. Techniques. The magic is still impressive, but you realize it was never real magic. It was an illusion of magic.
Right. It's the illusion of. And you're not just having a random fascination with stagecraft, are you, Ben?
Not at all. Because it seems Apple just took on the role of the person who reveals the trick. Only the trick isn't sawing a person in half. It's the so-called reasoning ability of the world's most powerful AI models.
I saw this. This is fascinating. Just as Apple is finally rolling out its own AI strategy, their researchers publish a paper that basically pours a huge bucket of ice-cold water on the entire industry.
Not just a bucket, Claire. They titled the paper, The Illusion of Thinking. I mean, that is not pulling any punches. That is a direct shot.
It's a philosophical gauntlet thrown down from Cupertino. So what did they actually do? Who are they calling out here?
Okay, so this is the best part. Apple's machine learning research team, including some big names like Sami Bengio, didn't just write a think piece. They built what they call controllable puzzle environments. Think of it like digital escape rooms with adjustable difficulty. They then threw the biggest names in AI at these puzzles. We're talking OpenAI's O3, Anthropic's Claude 3.7, and Google's Gemini. Basically, all of their main competitors.
The ones that have been making huge claims about their model's ability to reason and use chain of thought to solve complex problems. So what happened when the puzzles got tough?
They broke. The paper says that once the complexity of the puzzles hit a certain threshold, the models experienced a complete accuracy collapse. They just failed. But here's the kicker, the part that makes this so compelling. It's not just that they failed, it's how they failed.
Let me guess, they didn't just get the answers wrong?
It's weirder than that. The researchers found that as the problems got harder, the models actually spent less computational effort, fewer tokens, trying to solve them. Think about that. You or I, when faced with a really hard problem, we slow down, we think more, we use more brain power. These models got to a certain point and just gave up. They started reducing their reasoning effort despite the increasing difficulty.
Whoa. Okay, that is weird. It's like a student who, upon seeing a really hard exam question, doesn't even try to work it out. They just doodle in the margins. It suggests they don't actually understand the problem's difficulty.
Precisely. The paper argues this is evidence that the models aren't reasoning at all. They're just incredibly sophisticated pattern-matching machines. They've learned what thinking looks like from all the data they've been trained on. But when faced with a truly novel, complex challenge, the illusion shatters.
This lands right as Apple is launching Apple Intelligence, their own suite of AI features. So how does their AI fit into this? Are they claiming their models can actually reason?
Well, that's the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? Apple's approach with Apple Intelligence seems to be much more practical. It's focused on-device processing with a smaller, super-efficient 3 billion parameter model and a private cloud compute model for bigger tasks. They talk about improved tool use and efficiency. They're not really making grand claims about AGI or sentient-level reasoning.
So is this research paper a strategic move? Is it Apple basically saying, hey everyone, look over there. The competition is selling you snake oil, but we're over here building you a really, really good calculator.
Ha, that's one way to put it. It's a way of managing expectations and reframing the conversation around what's actually useful, not just what's flashy. Instead of chasing the illusion of thinking, they're focusing on tangible, private, and efficient AI that helps you summarize emails or find photos. It's very Apple.
Okay, but to be fair, is everyone just accepting this paper as gospel? There must be some pushback.
There is, and it's important. A critic named Alex Lawson published a rebuttal called The Illusion of Thinking, which is just fantastic. He argues that the failures the Apple team found might be due to flaws in their experimental design, not fundamental limits of the AI models themselves.
So the debate is about whether Apple's puzzles were a fair test of reasoning, or if they were designed in a way that inadvertently tripped the models up. The plot thickens.
It really does. But what I find most impactful, Claire, is what this whole episode says about the future of AI. It forces us to ask what we actually want from these tools. Do we want a machine that gives a confident, eloquent, and sometimes completely wrong answer? Or do we want a tool that knows its limits?
Right. The Apple study pointed out how overconfident systems can be persuasive even when they're failing. It's a warning against valuing the performance of intelligence over actual problem solving. It's a call to look past the magic trick.
And maybe that's the real takeaway here. Whether Apple's research is 100% correct or just partially, it's a necessary reality check for an industry that has been running at 1,000 miles an hour on hype. It's forcing everyone to stop and ask, is the AI actually thinking, or is it just a really good illusion?
It really makes you question what you're seeing. You know, we talk a lot on this show about what's new, but this makes me wonder what our listeners think is real versus what's just a really good performance.
Great question. We want to hear from you. In the comments, tell us about an AI feature from any company that you think is genuinely intelligent, and one you think is more illusion than substance. And while you're there, if you enjoyed this dose of AI reality, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more from the AI News Podcast.